Hello, I'm coming to you on my last day in Bali. I'm just relaxing and taking a little stroll around this beautiful garden full of Frangipani trees. There's one there, and I'm in the garden of Puri Masari. This is our final stop on our month-long journey exploring the island of Bali with my husband. As you can hear, the birds are singing. The pool is shimmering in front of me as the sun is starting to set, or probably setting as we speak, and the evening light is setting in. And I just waved goodbye to my husband at the airport this afternoon. He's flying home a day earlier than me, and let me tell you, it's been quite a day. Hello, friends. It's Fiona here of Philosophies. I'm a medical herbalist and natural healing guide at Nourish and Flourish. I'm also the creator of Dive into the Unknown, a community where we explore life and business aligned with the moon, the seasons, and our own intuitive nudges. So today, Mercury retrograde stations direct. And for those of you into astrology, you'll know that it's not exactly the best time for travel, but it's certainly made for a memorable last day. I do love astrology, but I don't like to live my life in fear of it, so I prefer to play with it. Even though popular advice says not to travel during Mercury retrograde, I get curious and I like to experiment. So my attitude is what actually happens when we go ahead and do it anyway. So let me tell you what happened this morning. So we woke up early before dawn to soak up the last of our few hours left together and to watch the sunset. Sorry, not the sunset. We watched the sunrise over the ocean and the volcanoes in the distance. And we still had a motorbike that we had rented for a couple more hours. And so what we did was we packed a little bag, some towels, popped the room keys, my husband's wallet and phone into the bag and headed to the bike to catch the sunrise. So we popped the bag under the seat, clicked it shut, ready to roll, and then the bike wouldn't start. So we looked closer and thought, wait a minute, is that a surfboard rack? And quickly realized it wasn't our bike. And we had managed to lock all our valuables into someone else's scooter. So cue Mercury retrograde, giggling away, gotcha. And so in our panic, one of the hotel staff had noticed us and came over and very kindly explained, as we had already started to realize, that this is not your bike. And meanwhile, the sun was rising and our race to the viewpoint was ticking on. So we hurriedly scribbled a note to the mystery guest and asked them to leave the bag at reception if they were going to be using the bike that morning. And meanwhile, we located our actual bike and zoomed off to catch the sunrise from a different spot. We let go of our original plan, went to a different, closer sunset point, and just trusted the timing. In the end, we made it back just in time to recover the bag before the guest took off on his bike for the day. So that's the magic of Mercury retrograde when you don't resist it. And over the past few weeks, there have been delays, miscommunications, travel hiccups. But I find that if you approach a Mercury retrograde with flexibility, humor, and an open heart, actually it can become quite fun. Perhaps not at the time, but definitely in retrospect. This is, of course, not ideal for people on a tight schedule. But for those of us with a mutable spirit, like my husband, who's a Gemini, or me, a Pisces with Virgo rising, we both have strong Mercury ruled placements. And there's a strange kind of cosmic mischief in that, which keeps things interesting. So the past 3 weeks of this trip while Mercury has been in retrograde, has certainly been a dance with the unexpected. And it's reminded me how powerful it is to be playful with astrology rather than ruled by it. So if you've been dreading Mercury retrograde, just don't. Bring a sense of humor, your flexibility, and maybe a plan B. That's all the things that Mercury has to teach us. And at the very least, be prepared with a pen and paper to leave a note on someone's scooter or whatever mode of transport you may be getting mixed up with. So, if you'd love to explore how to live and grow in alignment with the moon and seasons and your soul's timing, I invite you to join me inside Dive into the Unknown. It's my magical community for soulful creators and heart led humans who want to live and create in tune with nature. You'll find a link in the captions of this video, and whether Mercury is dancing forward or backwards, you'll always be welcome there if it resonates. So, meanwhile, I'm sending you love from Bali as the sun is slowly setting and can't quite see the sky now, but starting to get darker, and beautiful smells of the flowers in the sky, the birds starting to pipe down a little bit. So thank you for joining me here, and see you again soon.